good Sunday afternoon. This is Dr. Leven speaking to you on behalf of the VIP team. I'm delighted to let you guys know that we're getting very close to being able to get started with our VIP classes. And truly, this is the heart and soul. This is the meaning, this is the objective of the VIP team. Yes, we have a fantastic money and profit opportunity and system and algorithms, but truly at the heart is our classes. That's what will make the VIP team into the true global university where our first and primary objective is to provide education. Now, you already know that we have no intention to become like the other universities. We don't need to duplicate more of the classes that are already there in all the universities. After all, there is not thousands, but there is tens of thousands of online classes and physical universities out there. There is no sense duplicating that or claiming that we can do it just better. No, we want to do it different. We focus on the practical, we focus on the efficient, we focus on that when you learn it that you can apply it immediately. Now, with the beginning of the classes, I've chosen to begin actually with such a powerful class that if we never ever added a second or other classes, we could function for the next 50, maybe even 100 years just on that class alone. And that's a bold statement to make, but that's just the way it is, because the course we're going to teach is literally one of the most, if not the most powerful course that we could ever teach. Now, how could anything like that be true? Well, first of all, it's a course that will give you a very specific and actually simple to follow menu on how you can create literally anything in your life that you care to create. Whether it's related to your health, whether it's related to your wealth, whether it's related to your wellness, your well-being, whether it's related to your business, to your money, to your relationships, you choose. You'll be able to choose any subject to apply this menu to, and you'll be able to stand back and say, wow, I actually initiated that. I constructed that. The course is the Master Key System, and the Master Key System was written in 1913 by Charles Haanel, and the course originally was sold for $1,200, which in today's money is the equivalent of $75,000 per student. So what we're going to be teaching is a course that we as VIP could easily charge $75,000 for. And you could possibly react, wait a second, there isn't a course that could teach me that much for that much money. Well, let me give you a couple of examples of people who have taken this course. Henry Ford was one of the first families that bought the course for their son, Henry. And guess what? He had the crazy wild idea to want to see cars spread all over the world. That everybody who wanted to, that they could drive an automobile. And believe me, at the time he had this, I say crazy idea, it wasn't very normal to be making such a statement. Actually, it was bold, it almost was outrageous. It sounded crazy for many of the realists, even for the so-called experts. Because experts what is an expert? It's somebody who knows something about what is there now. An expert doesn't know anything about what could be invented, what could be created. Well, Henry got the tools in the Master Key System, and guess what? Would you say Henry Ford and the Ford Motor Company and all the cars ever since invented, that was pretty significant proof that this course is very powerful? Okay, then we had Alexander Bell. He's the guy who said, I wish we could all talk with each other, even at a distance, telephones. Would you say today that Alexander Bell has succeeded in making his dream a reality? And I can go through a list with people like Thomas Edison, like Nikola Tesla, like Jefferson, like Walt Disney, all people who are students of the Master Key System and have succeeded into making their dreams, their wishes into reality, even the bold ones. I mean, for many years the course was unavailable, and yet one of the people who got a copy of the course and began to study it was Bill Gates. Look at what Bill Gates has created, and Melinda Gates, both students of the Master Key System. We're going to teach it this time, though different. And I'm inspired because one of the greatest teachers about, not just about, but involved with the Master Key System is Leslie Figuerer. He's a gentleman, an author, a speaker. He calls himself also a professional beach bum because he does enjoy life, and he is an admirer of all the beauty in life, the beautiful experiences. Well, Leslie, as a Canadian, discovered the Master Key System, and when he finally realized that this course really couldn't be that this was hidden from the people, not available, he decided to republish the course. And this was the late 1980s. In about 6 or 7 years, he sold $68 million worth of the Master Key System. Well, I had the privilege to live 2 years as a neighbor to Leslie, and in the Caribbean. I mean, we would spend hours and hours and hours, and he wouldn't tell me what to do, but he would, I guess, allow me to believe in myself that I could make a difference in this, in that the way we're going to teach it has never been done before. We're going to teach it line by line. A little bit similar, I guess, for those of you who have done any study of words of wisdom or words of very significance, like Bible study or any other study of where you go sentence by sentence, paragraph by paragraph, to really understand what is being said. Well, that's what we're going to do. We're going to bring this Master Key System to a level that you'll know it as a song, you'll know it like a recipe, and you'll be able, and here comes then the most important thing, you will be able to apply it in your life. The application is going to be the crown on our success within VIP of teaching. Not only will we bring people to a level that they'll understand it, and we will use many different techniques to accelerate that learning, to make that learning easier, to also make the learning clearer to be understood. I mean, after all, we're all very brilliant people. We're full of capacity, but we need to know how to tap into that capacity. And that's precisely what we're going to do in our teaching techniques, so that you can learn it and learn it fast. And learn it where you get it, where you go, yes, I understand what is being said. Aha, that makes sense. And then you can turn around and actually apply it in your life. And the most glorious time for the VIP team will be once we can point the video or the testimonial, written testimonial or video testimonial at the people who will have begun to create things and succeed in their creation and the results, and then we'll be able to say, voila, here is a person who's done it. Not only that, and this is, I speak from experience here, we're gonna get people that will ask, please now provide this in a format so we can share it with our children. Because once you will discover and experience how powerful and resultful and effective the Master Key System is, and how it will become in your life for the things that are important for you, automatically you're gonna want to pass this on to your children. So soon, I don't want to stick a date, because here is the reason why it's taken us a little while. Really sort of a badass on wanting to have great quality. I don't want just regular webinars, and I don't want regular videos. I want something that is you know, here we're dealing with technologies, high definition, Supra HD, 4K, and on and on and on. Well, we're stepping into that stream, but we want to make sure that we can get that straight into your home, stream it straight onto the pads of the phones. So it will be top class. I don't want to settle for anything less. And we've challenged this. As a matter of fact, you have no idea in the webinar business how difficult it is to find companies that provide high quality audio, high quality video. It's essential. If we really do want to talk to each other, we've got to be able to see the tonalities and the emotions and the little twinklings and the little twitches. All of that is part of what sets the nuance apart of just plain, reading a book or listening to an audio. I can't wait till I can give you the definite date. It's not months away. We're coming close. I will disclose naturally as soon as I can. It involves also installation of very heavy-duty internet fiber optic capacities. As a matter of fact, we'll have more capacity to beam out than most television stations have. We're almost becoming our own telephone or internet provider. So anyways, I'll go into more detail on this. I just wanted to shoot this video so you know what's coming. Thank you so much. Thank you for your patience. And boy, those who have so far invested and purchased credits in VIP, you'll become happy that you did so, because you're part of a revolution in education. Education is in need for a revolution. We're gonna bring you one, baby. Looking forward to it. Thank you so much.